Welcome back, dear children. So in the last video we discussed about evaporation. Now in your textbook applications of evaporation are there. It is not there in the syllabus, so no need to go through the applications. Now we will move to our next topic, that is boiling. So what is boiling? It is the change in state from liquid to vapor at a particular temperature called boiling point. Liquid can be converted to vapor at any temperature. If it happens at a particular temperature called boiling point, then we will call this as boiling, isn't it? So, what is boiling? Boiling is the change of state from liquid to vapor at a fixed temperature called boiling point. You should specify that. Okay, at a fixed temperature called boiling point. Now, what is boiling point? The fixed temperature at which liquid gets converted to vapor. So in the case of boiling, we have to supply heat to attain that particular temperature. Boiling takes place only at a particular temperature, and that temperature will be different for different substances. When you are considering water, its boiling point is 100 degrees Celsius. When you consider some other element or an object, its boiling point will be different. Okay, so boiling point differs from object to object. It is fixed for a particular object, and if the change of state takes place at the boiling point, we will call it as boiling. Now we will consider how boiling takes place. Okay, so normally in order to explain boiling, we will be considering a beaker containing water. Okay, I have taken water in a beaker. Then in the case of boiling, we have to attain that particular temperature called boiling point. So what we will do? We will supply heat from bottom, isn't it? So we will supply heat. So when you are supplying heat, what happens? At first, the molecules present in the bottom gets heated. When it gets heated means its temperature increases, and when the temperature increases, those particles becomes lighter, it will move up, and these molecules which are cool will come down. So what happens? There will be a continuous movement of the molecules up and down until the entire molecules gets heated up. Okay, so at first the heat energy what we supply is used in order to increase the temperature. I am speaking about water as an example. Okay, so when you are boiling water, at first the entire heat energy which we supply is used in order to increase the temperature. So slowly the temperature increases and it reaches 100 degrees Celsius. When it reaches 100 degrees Celsius, what happens is the bonds between these molecules will break. Okay, the molecules are held together by strong force of attraction and bonds are there. But when the temperature called boiling point is reached, what happens? These bonds will break. Then the molecules cannot be held together. The molecules are held together by strong bonds. So at this particular temperature, these bonds will break and then the molecules cannot be held together. It will become free. So what happens? It gets the molecules, the bond. In the case of liquids, the force of attraction is more than in a gas. So when the bonds break, the molecules are free to move. So the molecules will start moving apart. That means there will be a change in the potential energy, internal potential energy, and it gets converted to vapor. Okay, so once again, at first when you are supplying heat energy, this entire heat energy is used in order to increase the temperature. So the temperature slowly increases and reaches the boiling point. At boiling point, what happens? The temperature is so high means the molecules are having more than enough energy. So at this particular temperature, the bonds between the molecules will break. Then the amount of heat energy which we supply is used not to increase the kinetic energy, it is used in order to change the potential energy. That means to arrange the molecules. Okay, rearrange the molecules. So here the state of the object gets changed from liquid to vapor. So is it clear? So two main things what you have to remember. Change in kinetic energy leads to an increase in temperature, and change in potential energy leads to the change in state of matter. These are two very important points what you have to remember. Once again, change in kinetic energy. Due to change in kinetic energy, temperature changes, and due to change in potential energy, state changes. Potential energy is due to the force of attraction between the molecules, and kinetic energy is due to the movement of the molecules. At first, when you are supplying heat, the molecules are moving because the molecules present in the bottom part gets heated, it becomes lighter, it will move up. Molecules present in the top which are heavier will come down, again it gets heated, it will move up. So continuously there will be a movement of the molecules. That means there is increase in kinetic energy, and that is why the temperature increases. But when it reaches the boiling point, what happens? A state is reached such that the temperature is so high, that means the molecules are having more energy, so the bonds in between breaks. Then again when you are supplying heat, it is used in order to rearrange the molecules, that is to change the potential energy. That is why the state of the matter changes. Okay, so is it clear about boiling and boiling point and how it takes place? Now, boiling actually depends only on two factors. In the case of evaporation, we learned about 6 factors, but here it depends only on how many factors? 2 factors. Okay, it depends on the value of atmospheric pressure as well as the impurities. Okay, presence of impurities. Boiling depends on 2 factors, atmospheric pressure and the addition of impurities. When pressure increases, boiling point increases, and when pressure decreases, boiling point decreases. I can give you an example. In the case of water, what is the normal boiling point? It is 100 degrees Celsius, isn't it? Now, when you are going to a greater height, that is altitude increases. When altitude increases, what happens to the pressure? In the case of pressure increases with depth and decreases with height, isn't it? So when you are moving to a greater height, pressure decreases. When pressure decreases, what happens to the boiling point? Boiling point also decreases. So at greater altitudes, instead of 100 degree, boiling point of water will be nearly 71 degrees Celsius or 72 degrees Celsius. So when height increases, pressure decreases. That means boiling point also decreases. Instead of 100 degree, water will boil at 71 degree at a greater altitude. So it is very difficult to cook food at higher altitudes. When you are cooking something, we need that much time, isn't it, for the food to get cooked. So if the boiling point is less, if water boils at 71 degree, if you want to cook something, it will be difficult. It already boiled. At the time of boiling, the time taken for boiling is actually used in order to get the food cooked. Okay, so at higher altitudes, it is very difficult to cook food. So they will be using the pressure cooker mainly for small vegetables and all. It's okay. When we are considering the pulses and cereals and all, it will be difficult. So there we will be using the pressure cookers. What is the use of a pressure cooker? A pressure cooker actually increases the pressure. When pressure increases, boiling point also increases. Okay, so when boiling point is increased, means we are getting that much time for the food to get cooked. So if you are using a pressure cooker, instead of 100 degree, water will boil at 120 degree or 125 degree. So the boiling point gets increased. If the boiling point is high, means that much time is obtained for the food to get cooked. So is it clear? Boiling depends on two factors. Which are they? Atmospheric pressure. It's boiling point itself. Okay. Boiling point depends on atmospheric pressure and impurities. When your boiling point increases with increase in pressure and decreases with decrease in pressure, when you are going to a greater height, pressure is less. That means boiling point is less and water boils at nearly 71 degrees Celsius. So there we will be using a pressure cooker in order to cook the pulses and all, because there it need more time to get cooked. So if you are using a pressure cooker, the pressure is high. There, if pressure is high, naturally boiling point also increases and the boiling point of water will be 120 degree to 125 degree in a pressure cooker. So the food gets cooked easily. Now the second one is about impurities. Boiling point increases with addition of impurities. Okay. If you are adding some new things into it, boiling point increases. For example, when we are cooking the pulses and all, normally you can see your mother adding some salt into it. Normally towards the end or in between we will be adding salt. But when you are using the pressure cooker or any other vessel in order to cook the gram, peas and all, what they will do, they will put a pinch of salt. So salt means it is actually an impurity there. By adding impurity, the boiling point increases and the food gets cooked easily. Okay. So keep these two things in your mind. Which are these things? That is, by adding the impurities or by increasing the pressure, you can increase the boiling point. Boiling point depends on atmospheric pressure and the impurities. Okay. So is it clear about the boiling point? Okay. Then, now we can, you can take your textbook. Take the textbook and page number 100. Take page number 100. Here, give reasons for the following. Give reasons for the following. Question number 1, 2, 3. Then question number 5. Give reasons. Question number 1, 2, 3 and 5. Distinguish between the following. Question number 1. Short answer questions 1, 2 and 3. Long answer questions 1, 2 and 3. These are your homework questions. I'll repeat. Give reason 1, 2, 3 and 5. Distinguish between the following. Question number 1. Short answer questions 1, 2 and 3. And long answer questions 1, 2 and 3. Okay. Now, one more point I have to say in relation to this. We have learned about boiling and evaporation. Now, what about the heat energy required for boiling and evaporation? Is it same or different? Heat energy required for boiling as well as evaporation is same. Same amount of heat energy is required for boiling as well as evaporation. But when you are considering a hot body, then the amount of energy to be supplied or required for evaporation will be less. Why? When you are considering a hot body, the amount of energy required for evaporation is less and it gets evaporated easily. What is the reason? Because a hot body has higher kinetic energy than a cold body, isn't it? Hot body means kinetic energy is more. So with less amount of energy, evaporation will take place. Okay. So that is the answer for one question coming under give reason. So what you have to remember, for evaporation as well as boiling, same amount of energy is required. But in the case of evaporation, if the body is a hot one, if you are considering a hot body, or if the temperature of the body is more, it already have high kinetic energy. So only again less amount of energy is required for evaporation. Okay. So is it clear? Now from this section, I told you applications of evaporation is not there. Okay. So thank you children.